My name is Adi Tokumbo Owolabi, here with Group 3, along with Baina Flanagan and Jasmine Napper. And our topic today is diversity and inclusion within the workplace. Diversity can be a good aspect of any company if used correctly. It could be a driving force or it could be a source of hindrance as well. Diversity as a driving force. These are benefits that a company can derive from having a diverse population of employees. One, you benefit from bilingual services. You can also benefit from international business as well as foreign sales. One aspect is foreign sales. When attempting to sell your product or products abroad, it's often the best to be knowledgeable about the things that are accepted or rejected where you choose to do your business. One key example is in the pork industry. It seems illogical to move to open a pork distribution center or a pork restaurant in a Muslim country simply because they don't eat pork. And if you were actually knowledgeable about the foreign policies of that country, then you would know that pork is actually one of the things that they do not accept and they do not eat. But it can also be profitable to get pork from said countries if you actually know that. But it'll be cheaper for you if you actually know somebody within the region or somebody from the region because they'll be able to communicate better with their own people in order to get your prices lowered. Another key aspect in business that is often overlooked today is within diversity is sexual diversity. It's also becoming a strong force within America's business and soon to be the international marketplace as a whole. Companies in the United States of America now know what the LGBT community is, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. A decade ago, this social group wasn't as strong as they are today, but with boycotts to businesses as well as a strong public opinion campaign, they are now a force to be reckoned with in any workplace as discrimination based on sexual orientation in recent times have made CEOs step down, owners lose businesses, as well as complete shutdown of businesses after discrimination was proved. Inclusion can be a benefit to a company when you're actually hiring people with non-debilitating disabilities such as ADHD, some form of autism, and etc. Can be included in the workplace to benefit from their heightened capabilities. It's often said that some people with autism perform better than normal individuals in certain categories. Inclusion also, in most cases, softens the barrier caused by racism and unconscious biases. Because when all races are included within the workplace, they have to learn to work together. And often, most times, they actually do work together in order to make and meet certain goals. Relation will in turn bring people who once had no reason to come together in order to achieve a common goal. They now come together and they work together, and we see what that brings. No, the EEOC, which is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, founded in 1965, was set in place to guard workplace civil rights and liberties by the federal government of the United States of America. This is also to usher in an environment of diversity and inclusion within the workplace because it investigates complaints of racism, religion, sexual orientation. This encourages workplace diversity and inclusion of different people. One way to create a diverse and inclusive environment within the workplace is actually to have like a workplace chat room or a notice board or a discussion board where employees can communicate openly about events, issues with the company, complaints in a neutral and consequential manner. Surveys would also be great to see if employee diversity and inclusion goals are actually being met by the company. Another way that we can bridge the gap between diversity and inclusion is by employee and employer events or meet and greets. This blurs the line between employees and their employers, often relating in better relations between both parties. Another method is we have to create an environment where solving problems using teamwork or having a team workshop event. In this case, where individuals have to team up in different groups in order to achieve tasks set in place by their employer. One way to maintain the diversity and inclusion within the workplace is actually set up a reward system for diverse teams and also teams that practice inclusion, such as giving gift cards, vacation packages, and perks for travel or theme parks or whatever. The company must also set up a review board, and this review board is to monitor the hire rates and the demographics of hiring and firing of minority people. Another method is to educate the company by having diversity and inclusion training seminars for team leaders and the HR department to put an end to workplace unconscious bias during the hiring process as well, and an independent resume review board to see if biases are being made by the company and the people in our HR department. Employee employer meet and greet, and also the chat room message board is also a great place for listening and dialogue in a major way. This is one of the main key factors in improving workplace diversity and inclusion because people have to be able to communicate back and forth in an inconsequential manner that won't result in termination or result in any kind of disciplinary action towards the employee. One way to not ever forget about the importance and trends of diversity and inclusion is to actually incorporate this into the goals and the mission statement of the company. Once it's incorporated into the mission statement of the company, anyone who reads the mission statement or whenever the mission statement is actually gone back to actually go and see what's what the mission statement of the company is to see the direction in which the company is moving, then we will see that there will be a change in diversity and inclusion because once it's incorporated into the mission statement, then it's also repeated every time someone goes back to look at that or every time somebody comes into new to the company. Companies also need to know how to tackle such problems that arise with diversity and inclusion, such as clash of interest, difference in beliefs, and employee safety.